Hey guys, I'm Rachel Cruz.
I'm George Camel.
And this is
Smart Money Happy Hour.
Cheers, George.
Cheers.
My old lemon fell off right before we started recording.
Lemon milk. Goes down smooth. I've always wanted milky but more sour, please. What do you think, Rachel? Tell us your unbridled, honest thoughts.
This is the show where two friends who happen to be money experts talk about what you're talking about. Everything from pop culture, current events, and money.
We are talking about things that we all say without thinking that are usually not true. Repetitive white lies that can destroy your finances.
Try this. I love this drink.
There's a white lie. This drink is delicious. And finally, Rachel, what it might sound like if we actually started saying what we meant instead of hiding it behind these little white lies.
Cut through those lies, you guys. Okay, so while we're going to chat about some little white lies in life and your money, what are we sipping on, George?
We're sipping on a very creamy lemonade mocktail. So if you don't like alcohol and love milk, this is the drink for you. We're going to give you our rating, which I'm excited to get to, reveal the cost per glass, and, of course, we'll share the recipe with you in the show notes if you so choose pain and suffering.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so, George, recently our team read an article, and it was titled, Lies Everyone is Guilty of Telling, from Money Talk News. And we all feel a little, called out.
Yeah, here's an example. When you tell someone that you're fine, when they ask, how are you? Even if you're not fine.
Sure. You just keep going. Yeah.
Good, fine.
Even like, I love it. I love it. Or you look great.
Wait.
Love the shirt, George. You
Whenever
look
you
great.
say that to me, are you not telling the truth?
These are some white lies people say.
Like-
of course I remember you.
Like whenever I say to you, Rachel, that's so funny. It's a little white lie.
Oh my god.
They're innocent, but
I do
harmful.
make you laugh, let's be honest. Okay. Yeah, I'll call you, I'll text you. Sometimes a white lie.
We've all done these, by the way.
It happens.
So if anyone thinks they haven't, you're lying.
That's right. So what would you define a lie, George? Because you got white lies, you got fibs, if you will. Like, what is it? What is like a lie, would you say?
I feel like the white lies are sort of just like, they're careless. It might be hyperbolic, a little exaggerated, maybe wishful thinking. You're just trying to be nice, social etiquette.
Yeah.
The spirit of them, I don't think is that malicious.
Right. Yeah. When you have like the intent of going in and like, my intention is to twist the truth for my betterment to look, whatever it is, like that's where it starts to get a little bit like,
Mom always used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes we have to say something.
Sure. Yeah. It's like, that's great. Yeah.
So I think that's most of it. And if you say these little white lies enough, they might seem harmless at the time. You might even convince yourself that they're true. You'll say, I'll call you. And you start to think, yeah, I know I probably will.
Yeah.
You're not going to call.
You're not going to call.
You're going to ghost them.
Even though your intentions are true. I try not to do that. But there are people that you see and you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever.
We should get together sometime.
I know, but you're genuinely meaning it, right? It's not like, oh, I'm just saying it to get out of the convo. You're like, your intention is really good in it. I think that can happen.
Sure.
Oh my gosh, come on.
It can happen. You're right.
Think?
I think, we all do it, and some of it's subconscious.
Yeah.
But over time, it sort of erodes the integrity of your words if you just say these things but you never mean it.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. And what's crazy is that this can apply to your finances as well. So there's like little money versions of white lies. And the scary thing is if you start believing those, they can trick you and actually cause you not to win long term.
Especially if you're telling yourself these little white lies.
White lies.
So that's what we're going to spend this episode doing. We have a revised and expanded version of this article, Lies Everyone is Guilty of Telling, and we're going to focus them on the money lies that we hear all the time that sometimes people tell themselves.
Yeah, because we don't want you to be derailed from your money goals. We want you to hit the goals that you want to hit. And again, for this episode, no shame, but we're going to, we may... We're going
to give you the
real
talk
you the wrong
version.
Way a few times. But we're going to give you the real talk this episode.
Truth hurts.
Yeah.
Beauty is pain.
Deal with it.
That's what I always say.
All right, let's jump in. First and foremost, are you ready?
Hit me.
It won't take me that long to pay this off.
Ooh.
Man.
That's a lie a lot of people have told themselves. Or here's the sibling of this. I'll make up for this next paycheck.
Yeah. And I can totally pay them back. Like,
It's
I
not
can.
that big of a deal.
Yeah. It's kind of that belittling, that future belief of, oh yeah, I can pay it back. That's like honestly where I think Afterpay and Klarna, like all these companies.
Buy now, pay later.
Yes.
Even credit card people, they go, well, I'll pay it off at the end of the month. It's no big deal.
Yep. It's kind of this idea, oh yeah, I'll pay it off. And here's the deal is that
you're not going to develop this like superhuman ability and self-discipline to just always pay it perfectly. Most people feel like they will be, but then they call the show on the Ramsey show and they're like, I'm $64,000 in credit card debt.
Or not even that, 4,000, right?
Yeah.
But still, like it's like there's enough there that obviously something's happening. So if you were actually going to say the truth, it would be, I'm buying this even though I can't afford it.
Ooh.
Ouch.
That hurts more when you look in the mirror and say
Stings
that
it.
out
Stings
loud.
it a little when you say it out loud.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So an easy way to avoid this whole conundrum is just save up and pay for it. And that might mean saying no right now.
Yeah.
And instead set up a sinking fund where you're going to put away $50 a month for 5 months to have $250 to buy that item.
Yep.
That takes discipline.
For sure.
Way more discipline than just paying it back later.
Yeah, and I think too, sometimes the idea of, oh yeah, well, my next paycheck I'll do it, or I can do it soon. It's like future thinking, hopeful thinking.
Future Rachel will be responsible.
Yes, and that's what's hard as life happens, and then you're like, oh crap. Okay, maybe not this month, maybe next month, right? And then that's where
there's always
going to
be another thing.
I know.
And so that's why we want you to stay out of debt completely.
Okay, here's the next one. Not much money related, but a good one. Let me know if I can help.
Oh, that one feels so good to say because you feel like a hero. You're like, I'm such a good person.
I'm here. I'm here for you.
And they're not going to ask you, hopefully.
I feel like the funny joke always is moving.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's the one that people are like, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah, let me know if you need help. That's what everyone secretly is like, please don't call.
To be fair, if you asked me for help moving, I would do it.
Oh, thanks, George.
But not a lot of people ask me. I think I've sort of branded myself as the guy, like, don't ask George.
Well, you look like you could lift a very strong box. So I don't know why.
So I don't know that many people are like, who's the
your-
strongest guy we know? Call George.
Call George Camel.
I'll help you unpack and organize.
I'm great with the labeling.
But, lifting heavy things, not my forte.
Oh, it's so true. I know. So if you were to tell the truth in that one, I don't know why you're telling me this.
Oh, God. Can you imagine if I'm like, yeah, Rachel, I'm moving this weekend. It's going to be real difficult. We're kind of just doing it on our own. And you say,
I don't know why you're telling me this.
That feels like something you would say to me in that
That's
moment.
so funny.
Yeah, or here's the other version of this. I'm secretly hoping your problem is not about to become my problem.
That's right. Sounds like a whole lot of not my problem.
That's sad.
I love that quote.
That's sad.
It's pretty good, though.
Well, most people, including us, Rachel, we offer help without truly meaning it. But you know who actually does mean it? You know who actually wants to help you?
I think I do know. DeleteMe.
DeleteMe, one of the sponsors of today's episode. They genuinely love to help protect people from data brokers, identity theft, and online scams.
Yeah, I mean, the internet is full of villains, you guys. People out there that are taking your data and selling it to data brokers and then are putting your data all over the internet. It's pretty wild.
It's very scary. And so it's been amazing using DeleteMe because they give me a report of all of the work they've done over the last 2 months. They show me how much time they've saved me. Currently, I'm at 33 hours.
Great job.
I'm feeling very productive.
Yeah,
because
you got
of
a whole
that.
day back.
Yeah, and they show you all the creepy people finder sites that had your info, and they show you, hey, we've removed it here. Here's what they had. And so I sleep better at night knowing that me and my family are protected.
No, for real. I mean, it's a true thing that the internet is such a part of our lives, and it's so easy for your identity to be out there and so easy for your identity to be stolen because of that. So make sure that you check out DeleteMe, you guys. You're going to get 20% off your DeleteMe plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/smartmoney or click the link in the description. So protect yourself from online scams that are out there with DeleteMe.
Do it.
So great. All right, let's go to the next one, George. The little white lie
Oh,
we can tell.
I've heard this one before.
I'll start investing later.
Or its sibling, I'll start saving next paycheck. Or its cousin, I'll do a budget next month.
Again, it's that future. You just keep
Just
putting
pushing
it
it
off.
out.
Just keep putting
Kicking
it
the
off.
can down the road.
Now, we do say to pause investing specifically while you're getting out of debt, getting your emergency funds. So some people may say, I'm going to invest later because they're currently doing a plan
You're
that's
being
going to
wise
get them.
about it
Yes.
versus putting it off.
Yeah, the procrastination of a lot of this. So whether it's, I'm going to budget later, I'll invest later, you kind of just keep pushing off instead of just saying, today I'm going to do it.
And later
Today I'm
never
gonna
really
do it.
shows up. And then you're like in your 50s going, I should have invested 20 years
Yes.
ago. Like I
Oh.
said, I should have been doing a budget all that time.
Yeah, so if you're going to tell the truth, you'd really just say, I don't care enough about my future.
Ooh. Whoa.
Sounds so
Sick
harsh.
burn. But that's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't really care about retirement, Rachel. I'm going to
You're saying
do what I
my
wanna do
future's
now.
not a priority. Present me just wants to feel good and not do hard things.
Yeah,
So
and do what I
therefore,
want.
worry about it
Or
later.
it could be I'm embarrassed that I haven't done this yet, or possibly even I don't know where to start. So I'll just kind of keep pushing off to
There's
maybe
some shame or some ignorance there.
yeah, maybe I can get there eventually. But listen, we have an amazing guide, you guys, here at Ramsey to help you when it comes to the starter parts of your money. So whether it is budgeting, investing, all of it. So we will link to it in the show. And George, you even have a video version that people can watch. So we can link your YouTube episode to that too when it comes to investing.
Yes, Investing for Beginners. It's a great little 10-minute watch. We'll link it in the description and the show notes. Be sure to check that out.
And after you watch it, you can be like, I'm going to start investing today if you're out of debt with a fully funded emergency fund.
Good disclaimer. Next one, Rachel. I'll be there soon.
I'm the worst at this.
I'm on my way.
Okay, not I'm on my way. I won't say that while I'm at home. That's terrible. But I am a cut 2 minutes off what the GPS says to feel a little bit better about myself.
And you usually do, to be fair. Are you a person that's usually a few minutes late to anything? I feel like you're tastefully late.
I feel like I'm usually pretty good. I'm a good budgeter of time, like leaving my house. And I'll be like, okay, I think that's going to take probably 10 minutes. I'm going to give myself an extra 5 just to make sure, right? I think I would rather not be in a rush and hurried out. Sometimes, though, it can happen, you know?
It happens.
Yeah.
I'm
not a 5-minute early kind of gal, though.
No.
That's not me.
I've
Who
never
said that?
seen you
I think it was
show up
some
early.
coach.
5 minutes. If you're not early or late,
Yeah. Who was that? There was some like famous coach that said it.
Dave Ramsey.
It's just not.
Dave's he's very much,
He's early.
yes.
Like when we're at live events in different cities, and if there's like a car taking us to a venue, and it's like the call time is 8 a.m., Dave's in there at 7:50. And when you come in at 7:59, 8 o'clock, maybe 8:01, it's like
Everyone's been waiting for Rachel
everybody's
in the car.
waiting. And I'm like, y'all, the call time is 8 o'clock. Why are you fools down here
They give her
early?
the silent treatment.
It's crazy. That stuff is silly. That's silliness.
Okay. But I love to give people an ETA, like a very precise,
Yes.
like the doggy daycare lady. I tell her, I'm going to be there at 8:04.
It's good.
Whatever the GPS says, that's when I'll be there.
Just to let
Versus
her
being
know.
like, I'll be there in 5. I think it's a little bit rude sometimes, depending on the situation, to just not give a precise time.
Okay.
Depending on the person, the situation, the friend, the
I could see
environment,
that.
the context.
I could see that, yeah.
So, yeah.
Because again, if there was a truth you're going to tell, it would say, be there several hours from now.
If ever.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
We have those friends where we're like, we know this guy's going to be a half hour late or that, and those ones can frustrate me.
Yeah.
Because that tells me that you don't respect other people's time.
Yeah, there's a point that it's rude. For sure. We don't want to be in that category. All right, next. Ready for this one? The government will forgive my student loans eventually.
Yikes.
A little white lie that we've all, for a while, a lot of people believed. And then, man,
It could be a big white lie.
remember when it came
these
out
numbers.
that they're not, and you and I did a video, and people hated on us so much?
Well, they thought we were a little too smug and gleeful about it.
I know, but I was like, no, y'all, we've been saying this. We've been trying to speak truth over this little white lie.
Yeah.
To,
And we didn't want to come across this like, I told you so. It had just been such a conundrum of us going like, will they or won't they? And people are calling in and like, what if they do? And we're like, what if they don't?
Yep.
So it was good to get closure. It was like a toxic relationship that finally you got some closure on and we could put behind us.
Yes.
So if there was any excitement, it was just that people now can have a plan to move forward with their lives.
Yep, that's right. Yep. But
That's
the sibling of this, right? The government will forgive my student loans eventually. Sibling is I'll marry rich
Basically saying, I'm going to abdicate my financial responsibility to someone else.
to someone else. It's eventually I'm just handing it off.
This can be a toxic one in the South. God will cover me. Of just sort of like it'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
God will cover me. Now, that can be a beautiful sentiment in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But when
and
it comes to
we believe
your
in a
own,
miraculous God.
sure. And it can happen. But I think there's some toxicity behind this.
Yes, it can be. Well, it's just the idea of just not taking personal ownership and actually kind of facing the facts and saying, okay, what responsibility do I have to play in the situation, right? On any of it. So,
And it's part blind optimism, sometimes part joke.
Yeah.
But it can be scary. And we agree that, God is a provider for his children and miraculous things can happen. And we hope your loans are forgiven. We hope you marry rich. To everyone in this room, ladies in the back specifically. But do not use God or the government or your future spouse as an excuse to be irresponsible.
That's right.
That's where I draw the line.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So again, going over your budget, cashing out your 401k early to spend the money, like all that kind of stuff. Like don't do irresponsible things and just think, oh, it's okay. Someone else will cover that. It's
Deal
fine.
with this, take
Yeah,
care of this.
that's right.
So if you told the truth, here's what it would sound like. I prefer fantasy to reality.
Oh man, that's a hard truth. That's
Or
a
I
hard
feel
truth.
entitled to have someone fix my financial mistakes.
Ouch.
Yeah, listen.
What a truth teller.
I told you the truth hurts, Rachel.
The truth hurts. Okay, next. I'll eat less so I can buy
Blank.
blank. So this is the one where you bargain, something that you want for your four walls: food, shelter, utilities, transportation, things you actually need in life.
The necessities.
Saying I'll cut the necessities in order to just get what I want. Does
That's
that happen
scary.
a lot? Have you heard that one? I haven't heard that one very often.
I've heard it a
I'll
little bit.
eat less.
Or
So
just like I'll cut down on my grocery budget, eating out budget to afford XYZ.
to go get what I need. Okay,
It's
that's
sort of
fair.
just a mental justification. You're not
Yeah.
actually going to crunch the numbers here. You're just sort of mentally going, I'll sacrifice in some other area because I want this now.
I'll figure it out.
It's usually
Yes.
impulsive.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, because if you were to tell the truth on that, you would say my priorities are out of order right now.
Ooh,
That's tough.
that's honest.
Yeah.
These are very healthy people telling these truths to themselves. Like, who talks like that? I sense my priorities are out of order right now.
So that's talking about that. But we do say things like food and different things to cut back on those things while you're getting out of debt. But you're doing that again for a bigger purpose, not just so you can like flippantly afford something on the side.
And
right?
you were tracking those dollars.
Yep.
So that's the important part of doing the every dollar budget.
Yeah. Oh, this next one's good. Next time it's my treat.
Oh, is this like at the restaurant, the friend covers
Yes.
it? Or you're like,
Man, we've talked a lot about restaurant situations. I am I will pay for it. The whole I'll get you back next time. It just makes me nervous. I don't know. Not that I don't care. I'm more worried that someone thinks I'm taking advantage of them
oh.
and feeling like I'm picking up everybody's tab. I'm just like, I can cover my own. Just
cover
keep
your
it.
own.
Yeah, keep it.
Like split it. Everyone
keep-
covers themselves. I thought you
Yeah.
were saying you pay for the whole table. I was
No.
like, that's so generous. I need to go out with the cruises more.
no.
Because Rachel's like, guys, I'll just get it. No big deal.
Yeah, no. But when my friend says that, then I'm like, no, really, I'll pay you. And well, just get me next time. I'm like, but what if there's not a next time? Now you've bought my thing and I haven't bought yours yet.
Yeah.
So
I've probably said this before though. And usually here's the truth. I have a hard time accepting generosity.
oh,
So when they say, hey man, I'm going to cover it. I go, all right, well, I'm getting you next time. It's like you have to have this defense mechanism.
Yes,
'cause
I know.
It
I
feels
feel
weird.
that.
So I
Totally.
need to work on accepting other people's generosity and just saying, thanks so much. It means a
I
lot.
like that.
So
Well
here's
done.
if you told the truth about this one, you could say, my presence is your present. Who would say that? That's a good one.
Who I am, you're welcome.
Or,
But
sorry,
you
I'm
get
too
be
lazy to
here.
pull out my Venmo for you because we could easily solve this.
Yeah.
And just split it. Or, pretty sure you can afford it. That's going to say when Rachel drops that one. I was like, it's fine, Rachel. You're not
She's
hurting.
fine to stop.
The cruises are fine. That's a good one.
Oh, but I do like treating people though, with no strings attached.
That's
Like,
true.
that is
You
a
are a
fun-
very generous person.
That is a fun thing to be able to do. To be like,
Yes.
yeah, I'll get your lunch. It's great. And I don't expect the back, but I feel that towards me when someone is generous for me. So maybe I need to do that work, George. That was a good call out.
Thank you.
I love it. All right, this next one. This is a tough one for me. I'm gonna return most of it anyway.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that 3 times this week from my wife. To be fair.
I know.
Love you, Whitney.
Because you see stuff online and you're like, oh yeah, this. I won't probably use all these. I'll just see which ones I like and then I'll return the other ones.
This makes Jeff Bezos very happy when you think like this. So we've all said this to justify overspending. And if we're going to be honest, the only return you're making is to the store to maybe buy more stuff. Because what happens when you get the return money back, even if you do return it, maybe you're going to use that money to buy more or get a
I
credit
know.
to buy more.
You feel it's the girl math and it's real.
Now,
It's
there is a
real.
legitimate version of this to my wife's credit. She's very astute about this, and she truly does return. We just got an Old Navy credit back because she spent a lot of money at Old Navy, but she was
Yeah.
like, I needed all the sizes. I didn't know what would fit.
Yes.
You know?
And then you take it back.
Yeah.
It's great.
And then she legitimately took it back, and the money hit our account, and it was no big deal.
It was fine. Yes, that's good. And if
she
it's within
follows
the
through.
budget, that's when I feel a little bit of that flexibility. You know,
Yes.
to be like, okay, this is fine. This is fine. Because for some people, if they were to tell the truth, it is, I'm going to blatantly overspend now and I'll just fix it later.
And then you miss the return window, and then
Yeah.
you can't return it, or
It's
you
the
forget about it, or
worst.
you lose the tag or the receipt. There's so many things that can go wrong, and
Yes.
you're relying on your own
And
discipline.
can I say, even a gift card, sometimes I'll lose a gift card. and you're like, oh man, I did that return. And I have a gift card. I don't even know where it is now.
This happened to my wife with an Anthropology gift card.
Yeah.
It had like $260 on it or something crazy. She lost it and she was losing sleep over it. And she was like, I think I let, and I found it underneath the mattress.
Oh my gosh.
It had fallen in the slats underneath the mattress.
Wow.
Let me tell you, I was a hero that day.
What a hero. Look at you.
I'm a good finder.
Saving the day.
So generally speaking, this is our advice when it comes to this stuff. If the total purchase amount is not in the budget, you've got to put something back.
Yep.
So
just don't
make your
overspend
budget extra big for clothing if you know you're the type to buy a bunch and return a bunch.
Yep. But just stay within those parameters. It's helpful. All right. Last but not least, I'm just not good with money.
Ooh,
Man.
that's a big white lie.
This is a lie. Yeah, because here's the deal. You are capable. You can do this. You can do this money stuff. But a lot of people do believe, like, I don't know, I'm just not good. And some people really, I think, take that on as an identity, like a real thing.
Yes.
And then some people that just don't want to deal with it, they're like, I'm just not good at that. I'm just not going to worry about it. They don't put a lot of effort in.
Levels of like heart here.
Yeah, they don't put a lot of effort into it.
You'd rather call yourself dumb than just be honest or just learn.
Yeah.
So the lie here is that there's something inherently wrong with you that makes you incapable of managing money, as if we're all born with this.
Yeah.
It's being like, I'm just not good at showering. It's like at some point you just learn how to shower.
Yeah.
It's kind of like managing money.
Yeah. As an adult, it's like you got to learn. You got to learn how to do it.
You wake up every day and you take control of your money.
Yeah, that's right. So for some people, if they were to tell the truth, those that were kind of flippant with like, I'm just not good with money, they would just say, I'm having too much fun being bad with money.
Wow. There's a lot of truth in that. Or
it's hard.
I'm too lazy or proud to learn how to manage money like everybody else.
Yeah.
So it just feels good to just be comfortable, willy-nilly, spending how you want instead of going, maybe I should actually figure out how to do this budget thing and live on less than I make.
Because here's the truth. We all say things that we don't mean. But I think the hope in this episode is to show you guys that, this may not just be a white lie. It could be an excuse in disguise.
Ooh.
We want to take out the excuses because we want you to win with money.
And the person that you're harming when you make those excuses is you.
Yes. So, you're lying to yourself.
The person that lies the most to you is you.
Ooh.
That's a big
word.
truth.
That's a word. So, you guys, you can do this. You can do this. So, again, when you look at what I love in life, some true crime, if you will, there's always like the perpetrator and the victim. So again, don't sabotage your own life.
By being both.
Yeah, don't be the victim and the perpetrator. Like
that is a word.
Yeah, you can do it. So again, it's kind of owning it, speaking the truth over the situation, and making the right call.
And that starts with knowledge and habits and action and practice and discipline and delayed gratification. All of that is woven into managing money well. And over time, I found that I've dropped all these little white lies, especially the ones that I tell myself.
Yep.
And instead, I moved to those more honest versions, which have more accountability. And that's the great thing about, having a spouse or a friend in your life that can call you out on this stuff. Because when you're alone, it's much harder.
For sure.
Because it's just you and your lonesome and your brain and your heart and fighting over
everything
all these
going.
Things.
Man, who knew white lies were such a
deep.
thing?
So deep. Be brave.
So great. Be brave. Tell the truth, you guys. And you guys can win. We really do believe that with your money. We're here for you. All right, it's almost the end of the episode, and we close out every episode with Guilty as Charged. And this is where our producer, Lindsay, gives us a new Guilty as Charged question every week. And if we are guilty, we take a sip. So, Lindsay?
All right. Was there a white lie you used to tell regularly that you now regret?
Oh,
man.
Regularly.
Like, kind of like think...
Like a pathological liar.
Well, hold on. Think of like the ones where you're like, I'll call you back. I'll call you back. You know what I mean? Or like the running late one. Stuff like that. You can think of it that way.
Mine would be for sure. Like I always kind of shave 2 minutes off of when I'm actually going to be there just to make it sound better if I'm running late. I'm like, okay, I'll be there and, at 6:05 instead of like 6:07. And I'm like,
but then you still show up a few minutes late.
So, you never know. Just you hit the red light. That's what you can tell them.
Hit all the red lights.
I'm a shave time off of the travel girl. Yeah, that would be me. And I remember also, this is not a white lie. I don't know why I thought of this. I remember being on the school bus, you guys, and telling people for almost a year that my dad was a doctor.
What?
What?
How old were you?
Because I was like trying to convince something, and I was like, I know this because my dad is a doctor. So like, I have something in me that's like, I will say what I need to prove my point, which is not good. Wow. I remember that though, George. I like remember that being on the school bus and saying that. And I remember being like, he's not. Like,
that is impressive.
I know. I did. I lied about what my dad did. What about you?
I probably
White
lied.
lie. Give me do you have another big
I probably
lie
lied about
from
my height a little bit. Like I might be like,
oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm like almost 5'7".
Yeah.
I'm 92% to 6 feet tall. That's it's true, but it's a little bit disingenuous.
Yeah.
The other one is I would tell people that I speak Arabic fluently. But then I'm like, what is the definition of fluently? I think I was stretching the definition of that.
But you could like, if someone's like, oh my gosh, then say like, I hate this lemonade.
And I could
what would
not
you
do
say?
it. I could understand it very well, and I could probably formulate a response.
Yeah.
But I'm not fluent.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
But I used it as like a flex for some reason to impress people.
Yeah. That's a good one, though. That's a good one.
Thank you. How about you, Lindsay? Why don't you be honest with us?
I will.
White lies, big lies?
I run late all the time.
So you tell people like,
okay, when
You're
Rachel's
gonna be
like,
there?
I never do that from my house. When you said that earlier, I was like,
Well, you say I'm on my way and you're still at your house. Lindsay. Oh!
don't hate me.
No, I don't.
I mean well.
Yeah.
I mean well. Sure. I really am working on it because I have learned that it's rude. In my brain, I just thought, oh, it's fine. I'll just get there fashionably
it'll
late.
make him feel good.
I don't think I would do that at like a dinner or something, but like, yeah, if we're all hanging out, I don't know. I'm bad at it. I'm getting better.
Oh, I just thought of
High
another
school
one.
me was bad.
When I make reservations and they say, is there a special occasion? I always say yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like, anniversary. Yeah. Like, it was my birthday last month. Like, and because I'm like, what if they do something nice?
Yeah. Then you get
I'll
some
take a
free
nice
stuff.
action.
Wow. Take advantage of the merchant.
Yeah.
That's just
I
trying
don't
to
do it
stay
all
in
the
business
time,
these days.
But when they ask me on like an open table or resi, I'm like, yeah, we're celebrating.
Yeah. Night out.
Mom and Dad's night out. This
Yeah.
is something to celebrate.
Always. You know, why not? Celebratory
You
life.
gotta
There
take a
you
drink
go.
then.
I'm not
great.
sure I can.
The
I know.
milk.
My foam has like melted to the bottom.
Okay, who finished first? You're closer than me.
Ibu, we love you so much. This might be the worst drink
This was
ever.
a creamy lemonade mocktail,
This really might be the
which
worst.
I think is generous to call it any of those things.
It was really bad.
The rating I would give this drink, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, is a 0, maybe a -1.
No.
-1 out of 10.
I mean, it's because I love Ibu.
Yeah, I don't think it's Ibu's fault.
I'm going to say a 0.5 out of 10.
Okay, so I got -1. She did 0.5. Here's what's in the creamy lemonade mocktail. It's 3 simple ingredients. How bad could it be? It's sweetened condensed milk, lemon juice, and cold water. Who would have thought that wouldn't be delicious?
We just drank condensed milk.
Here's the best part.
Out
It
of a
comes out,
can?
the cost breakdown, it's only 28 cents a glass. What do you have to lose? Make a pitcher, serve it to the kids. Have your kids sell this at their lemonade stand. People will be asking for a refund.
It's cheaper than actual lemonade.
It's cheaper than water somehow.
It's cheaper than actual lemonade.
You know what? I'm going to triple dog dare any of you listening or watching to make this at home and just tell us if we're crazy.
What's it called?
A creamy lemonade mocktail.
Well, you just put creamy lemonade cocktail like in the
Mocktail.
comments. Mocktail.
Recipes
then-
in the show notes
yeah,
if you
just
want to
put
know
it,
how
like-
she made this.
Put it like in the comments or like on the podcast reviews and then just give us your rating. So we can kind of just like go through and be like,
You know
are we
what's really
crazy?
sad? She was back there for like 15 minutes making this. Like it took her a long time to craft
Well,
this.
'cause I think she actually squeezed lemons, right?
But if I had to describe the taste, I would say like if you added concentrated lemon juice to spoiled milk.
Oh no.
And then it got like water, like
Watery. I mean, it's not good.
it tastes like water that went bad. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to.
Water that went bad.
There you go.
Oh, man.
So no
God
white lies
bless.
here, just brutal honesty because I'm trying to be more
Yeah,
honest.
no white lies. We're just being
No
honest
lies
here.
told. Well, hey, if you liked hearing all of these little white lies, you're going to love our episode on toxic money traits. So click the link in the description and check that one out next.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe, you guys. Make sure to share this with your friends and family. Get the word out about Smart Money Happy Hour. We love hearing from you guys. We love knowing that you're listening and watching. We get so many people at the Ramsey show that come and watch the show and in breaks.
I love you and Rachel.
We
Smart
love
Money Happy Hour.
Smart Money Happy Hour. We love
Means the
George.
world.
We love, yeah, it's so fun. So fun. We love doing this show. We love that you guys enjoy it as well. So tune in next Thursday for an all new episode of
Smart Money Happy Hour.